No time for too much turkey this week. Kentucky has their second game in 3 days, and the Cats have won 4 straight as they welcome in Tennessee State out of Nashville. Welcome inside Rupp Arena, Courtney Lyle alongside former Arkansas Razorback Pat Bradley. And for the first time this season, Kentucky is going to use the same lineup in back-to-back games. That means we're going to see Nick Richards start in this one, and Coach Cal has told him and the team he's got to have a great season if they want to play late into March.
There's no question, we know Nick Richards as a rim protector and rebounder, but Coach Cal wants him to be more assertive on the offensive end, give this Kentucky team another layer to his offense.
That means we will not see Reed Travis in the starting lineup. He had started 73 straight until the VMI game, and Coach Cal went and told him, I've got to get Nick Richards in the lineup. He's going to start in your spot. And he was like, all right, whatever's best for the team. That's incredible.
That's unselfish, but also Reed Travis knows he's still going to get a bunch of minutes, okay? The 20-point scorer coming off the bench for Cal is big time as well.
Nothing like having the transfer from Stanford coming off of your bench. This Tennessee State team comes in at 2-3. They played in California this week, so a quick turnaround for the Tigers as we are underway at Rupp. Kentucky, the winners of 4 straight after dropping that opener to Duke.
We saw right away Kentucky get to P.J. Washington in the post and didn't quite give a chance for Tennessee State to come over. You saw them wanting to trap P.J. Washington there on the block. It'd be interesting to see how P.J. handles that if he tries to score quick. Welcomes a double team, throws it out to a couple of his shooters on the perimeter.
That's Dante Fitzpatrick Dorsey driving in. And Stokely Chafee Jr. with the bucket, first points on the board. Last time Tennessee State played in this building, they didn't score for the first 6 minutes, so already got a bucket up there.
Lots changed, man. That's a great opening game plan.
How about Tyler Hero popping the shot?
And that's what you know he can do. And a lot of Tyler has been understanding how to get his shot off, feeling more comfortable when you catch it. Make your move, be aggressive, attack, catch and be ready. If you can't catch and shoot, and talk about be ready there, that's something the young guy is going to have to realize as well, that, and Coach Cal has preached this, and we got a chance to talk to him today, that you've got to play every play, that you can't take anything off, especially that backdoor cut. They will try a lot of the misdirection. Tennessee State is a team that loves to get up and down the floor when opportunity comes for them to do that.
This is Kamar McKnight at the line. He's an 82% free throw shooter this season. Redshirt junior out of Toronto, started his career at Georgia Highlands College. That one rattles in. And Emmanuel quickly will bring it up the floor. Kentucky's still trying to find the identity of their 2-point guards.
That's right. They give you a little bit of, different with Hagens and the ability to defend. P.J. Washington there seems to be very comfortable catching around that mid-post area. I talked to him at the SEC Media Day, and he told me that Coach Cal was going to try to get him in position in that free throw line area, 15 to 17 feet, to allow him to work. He's just a mismatch nightmare to anybody.
I mean, we've already seen him starting to take a step towards progressing his game, and this is a player that Kentucky thought they weren't going to have. He put his name in for the NBA draft.
Part of it is Coach Cal is always honest with these guys, and part of that is a nice little hit there. PJ, his body is built to take those kind of hits. Although get a little of that therapeutic tape on that left shoulder right there. But Coach Cal's honest with these guys. The evaluation, coming back, and what he can get from that.
Brian Penny-Collins is in his first season as Tennessee State's head coach, and in talking with him, he's from the Nashville area. He grew up on TSU's campus. Several of his family members went to that school, so it was like he was coming back home. Now, he had spent some time there as a GA and the director of basketball operations a few years ago, but now back as head coach. It's been a tough stretch this week for Tennessee State. They left on Sunday, made it out to California to play Cal State Northridge, and then they fly back to Nashville, bust here yesterday. It's a lot of traveling.
That is, especially this is the busiest travel week of the year. And Tennessee State knows all too well about that. Thanks, Gil. I hope they got in time for a little turkey.
There's always time for turkey.
There's always time for turkey early in the day, later in the day. That offensive possession by Kentucky. Again, Tennessee State throws that double team on P.J. Washington. Great recognition by Johnson. Sometimes when you see your guy getting double teamed, you can cut to the basket. And that's exactly what he did. Open that passing lane. You don't have to just wait behind the three-point line for him to make that pass. Good job by Keldon.
Patrick Dorsey will pull it out. 13 seconds on the shot clock for TSU.
Nick Richards getting out there defending the perimeter. I love seeing that.
Looking to get Chafee on the back door. The cut to the basket. There goes Igbuda. And rebound by P.J. Washington. Hero to the rack. Gets it back. Didn't hit rim though. Shot clock still working. And State will come out with it. Armani Chaney bringing it down the floor for Tennessee State. How about the take by Chaney?
You know, that's tough because Nick Richards, obviously, just his length, he's going to affect, when he doesn't block, he's going to affect your shots. I'm not so sure if Chaney had his eyes open when he drove the lane. Saw Richards there.
Oh, Fitzpatrick Dorsey had Chafee cutting to the basket, just maybe overthrew it a little bit.
In that previous offensive possession by Kentucky, you had Keldon Johnson on the break in transition, found Tyler Hero in the corner. And we talked to Cal, he said he's got to learn to just catch and shoot. And he's a great shooter. Don't think about it. If they give you an inch, if they give you that space, you're tall enough to shoot over a guy, catch, shoot, get it in rhythm, as opposed to now they're trying to force you off that three-point line, put it on the floor, and you saw what the result was.
It's a little bit different in high school, too, because you probably have that second to think and make a decision.
That's it. And everything happens faster, and he's going to learn. He's going to grow and understand the speed of the game. But you got to also understand what the defense wants to take away from you, your strength. And right now, him being able to catch and shoot, that doesn't mean his development of putting it on the ground and scoring at the rim isn't there. But you also have to take sometimes what the defense gives you.
They go inside to Jajon Henderson, the big man, and he is blocked by E.J. Montgomery. Coach Cal has talked about, wanting either Nick Richards or E.J. Montgomery on the floor because they can do that, get a hand in the shooter's face and make something happen.
Both guys great rim protectors. No double there on Reed Travis.
Kamar McKnight with a hand all over him.
And they're taking advantage right now of some missed shots and turnovers in Kentucky in transition. Quick threes right there. Good job. Now slowing it back down. Talking with Coach Collins, an opportunity, just like any coach, you want to try if you can't score before the defense gets set, especially a defense like Kentucky that's so long. But if you can't, you definitely want to make them work as much as you can on the half court.
Yeah, yesterday in practice, he was talking to his group about 5 passes. Make 5 passes, make Kentucky guard all 5 positions. Close one so far. Coach Cal's squad down to Tennessee State. 15:09 to go here in the first half. Kentucky trailing Tennessee State inside Rupp Arena. Still early on in this one. How about the Kentucky volleyball team getting recognized? They just won back-to-back SEC regular season titles for the first time since the 80s. The selection show is on Sunday, and they're probably going to have the player of the year in Leah Edmond. She has been just incredible for them. A very talented group. They also might have the libero of the year in Gabby Curry. But right now, Coach Cal is hoping his team can play catch up to Tennessee State. Maybe not what we thought was going to happen to start this one.
Well, I'm afraid Coach Cal, and everybody leading up to this, the discussion was defending the three-point shot by Kentucky, and Tennessee State shoots it so well, but also 3 turnovers for Kentucky right now. They're shooting 0 for 3 from the three-point line, but even more than that, Tennessee State's 4 or 7 from the field. All layups.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, no threes.
Kamar McKnight did not get that off. It'll be a shot clock violation.
You know, that's something that Kentucky also has to work on, is defending the ball handler. And dribble penetration is the most devastating move in all of basketball. It puts so much pressure on everything. The defense, you big guys, it sucks the defense in. Kick it out for a three. So if there's something else that Coach Cal's focusing in on is those guys making sure that they keep their man out of the paint.
Ashton Hagens looking to go down low, gets it to Washington. A little short on his move.
Saw PJ there now hold it on that double team. Came quick, hedged at him, was patient, was able to, gave him spacing to work in there.
There's Patrick Dorsey trying to drive past Reed Travis. E.J. Montgomery, that's 2 times he's gotten a hand on the ball.
That's it, a little slow in the rotation though. But you saw the length, athleticism, anticipation. And now against Tennessee State, as you see Reed Travis there, good job of closing off the angle. But EJ's got to read that, get there a little bit quicker to deny that pass.
Montgomery, the 14th overall recruit by ESPN, coming in a very highly touted recruiting class again for Kentucky.
And Montgomery's a guy who he's so talented because he can get you offensive rebound stickbacks, which something that is a staple of Coach Calipari's team over the last decade or even longer than that. But he can step out there and shoot it too.
Yeah.
So he's got not completely well-rounded now, but it will be.
This is Dante Fitzpatrick. Dorsey at the line, misses the first, a 77% free throw shooter. We'll see Dave Morris check into the game for Tennessee State. Cats pushing. And Ashton Hagens will pull it out and set it up. Hagens in trouble, somehow gets it over to Reed Travis, and he's fouled going up. I don't know how he saw him over there.
That's good work by Hagens. That's just understanding, both understand the play, where you're supposed to be. And he has 2 options with Reed Travis, E.J. Montgomery on both elbows, where he can work with those, and he's got Quade Green on one side, PJ on the other, where you can decide now if everyone sucks in, I can throw it over the top for a 3 in the corner.
Cal told us this week he sat down with his 2-point guards, just the 3 of them, and watched film, watched the offense, watched what they were doing when the ball was moving, when it wasn't in their hands.
Right. You know, it's a tendency for most point guards to want to make the pass that leads to the layup, or the dunk, or the 3. But both of them have to recognize that sometimes it is the pass that leads to the pass for an easier shot.
First 3 attempt by Tennessee State. Quade Green.
That's that high fist, screen and roll with the big guy. Hagens again trying to get in the teeth of the defense.
DJ Washington in the paint. They've had some good looks down there.
They have, and they're going to get more good looks as each guy's role is defined and they understand each other. And part of it is knowing where your guy wants the ball and likes the ball, your teammates.
Shot up by Trip Davis. There it is. He's been playing out of his mind the last 2 games, shooting 74% from the field, and he's hit 12 threes.
That's exactly what Tennessee State's going to want to do. A lot of movement, rotation. They were allowed to swing the ball around a couple of times. Trip gets lost in all that. Nobody defended the 3.
Largest lead for Tennessee State. Kentucky's only led by 1 in this game. Washington kicks to Hagens. And look at the Cats crashing the offensive boards. They love to do that.
There's no question. They got the personnel to do it. That's why if you're a shooter, that's when you know you got offensive rebounders, you can let it fly. I mean, it was a year we played. It was one of my worst shooting years, but thankfully our big guy had his best offensive rebounding year.
Yeah.
Probably because I missed so many shots. But when you know you got a guy that can go get it, you feel more free to shoot that.
And that's rebounding is something. It's something extra. You got to want to go do it. It's not just going to happen.
The thing is, you're rewarded. Great job defensive by Kentucky. Tennessee State's trying to extend their offensive possession. Good job by the Cats.
Third turnover by Tennessee State.
There's Reed Travis getting down and dirty. No nonsense coming off the bench. Cal wants that from the fifth-year guy. Physicality.
It's really important to acknowledge those people in our community and help them out.
Yeah, there's no question. Coach Cal has the responsibility of not only making these guys better basketball players, but you want them to come here and change them as people and understand, to be grateful, to understand what you've been given. And he tries to teach that. Coach Cal's a teacher, man. He's a born teacher. Every step of the way, he's trying to do that. I think we get caught up in seeing all the first rounders he has, all the NBA guys he has as Tennessee State put this trap on just to slow Kentucky down. But Coach Cal understands that it's about the kid. It's about the individual person, the people. And you invest in the kid, not only on the court, but off the court. And that's really what's going to make a difference. And
talking with Brian Penny-Collins, the head coach of Tennessee State, you know, he said that's the culture he wanted to establish when he got to this program this season. It's about how you treat people off the court.
That's what they remember. You know, they remember how you treat them. And Coach Cal takes that, and listen, anybody, you get over your 18-year-old kid and say, I'm going to trust you with taking him to the next level in all phases of their lives.
Played his college ball at Belmont, helped bring the Bruins to their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Making some history in Nashville, hoping to do that with his Tennessee State Tigers too. Quickly, at time didn't hit much.
And that zone that Tennessee State has thrown has slowed down Kentucky. But you can see the three freshmen on top there. They were so close together. Nobody attacked the gap, tried to draw two, and then kick for that step-in three.
Michael Littlejohn in trouble, results in the turnover, number 4 for the Tigers.
There you go, catch and shoot. Good shot, though.
Clean up duty for Reed Travis, and he draws the foul. Well, Wednesday we'll have a men's college basketball doubleheader for you. And number 5 Tennessee hosts Eastern Kentucky at 6:30 Eastern, 5:30 Central. Then Coach Cal and number 10 Kentucky, they take on Monmouth at Rupp Arena. Both games right here on the SEC Network and of course on the ESPN app, so you can watch them from anywhere. And speaking of that Tennessee team, they got a big one against Kansas tonight.
There's no question. Tennessee they've been through just about every situation you can imagine. Neutral court, home, away. Expect them to not get rattled by any means.
They have the reigning SEC Player of the Year in Grant Williams. First time in his career he has had 20+ points in 3 straight games.
Well, he's developed now a consistent three-point shot to where he's worked in the previous years so well within 15, 17 feet, so crafty, creative. Now he's stepping out and making some threes, which gives him, that just makes it more dangerous.
Reed Travis picking up his first foul.
I think at times Kentucky will see a lot of zone depending on the personnel, and right there again another layup.
Emmanuel Igbuda getting his first start tonight for TSU.
If there's one thing Kentucky should bring every game, it's the ability to protect the rim. Be committed to that.
Kelton Johnson overshoots it. Rebound in the hands of Kamar McKnight. On the move, taking the lane. Quickly. I think they're going to take a look at that to make sure that it was a 3.
Talking to Coach Paul Biancardi earlier, does a great job of breaking these guys down. Talked about Emmanuel quickly being a more traditional point guard, but certainly a guy that can step up, make some shots for you. you saw right there, just caught it in rhythm. Good shot in transition.
Here's Dave Morris. In and out. Robbed of that one. And Kelton Johnson's going to push it. Hero. That time he got it.
Don't even think about it. Step right into it. Get the defense on their heels.
Five points for Hero.
Oh, good pass.
Oh, Buddha trying to get fancy. We'll call Armani Cheney for the foul, his first.
Buddha got lost behind that Kentucky defense. That's communication. Again, just trusting each other. And I think that's another part of Kentucky. On the offensive end, we talk so much about understanding, knowing your teammates and where they are and trusting them. You can do the same thing on defense too.
Yeah.
Knowing that you're going to communicate. If somebody has back cut, that someone's going to holler that out and let you know.
And they've done some really nice things on offense. It's the defense that Coach Cal has been worried about. I mean, they're giving up 78 points a game.
That's right. And you see today a Tennessee State team that makes about 12 and a half, almost 13 threes per game.
Yeah, fifth in the nation.
Fifth in the nation. They've got 1 3 tonight. All the rest of them layups.
Tennessee State has 17 fouls. There's P.J. Washington at the line. It's not been pretty if you're a Kentucky fan watching other teams shoot the three against them.
Which a lot of it is, they've been playing against some pretty good three-point shooting teams.
Yeah, VMI hit 19 though.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That is
That's
a lot.
And all,
you would love to be in that game.
Oh, there's no question. And you got to look at it and watch the game, and a lot of it is your opponent you're playing if they're committed to shooting a lot of threes. Some of it is that lack of communication. And how about this too, though, sometimes? When you're defending somebody, you can't now get up on the catch. That's too late against some of these guys. You've got to move with the ball and meet him there as quickly, as soon as he catches the ball. Because you give him an inch, catch and shoot. Some of these young guys are learning that as they go.
It was Dejon Henderson on the other end called up for the offensive foul for TSU.
I like that. Kelton Johnson saw him get into the post a couple of times last game against Winthrop. Wasn't as aggressive as he was right there.
Kamar McKnight just picked up his second. You take a look at the defense when it comes to the three-point line under Coach Cal. First 9 seasons only giving up almost 6 threes a game. This season, over 11.
Well, there's a couple of reasons why his defense is typically so good against the three-point shot. First of all, great length, right? He's always has guys who recruits great length defensively. And he's committed to teaching to run them off the three-point line. Because then when you run a three-point shooter off a three-point line, he's going to have to 1-2 dribble, pull up, or if he does want to take it to the hoop, guess what? He's got some trees he's going to have to deal with to finish over. So, you're talking about what's lost sometimes offensively recently. It's when you get run off the three-point line, how about a 1-2 dribble pull-up? How about pulling up from 15 feet? Is that a crime? No, it's a great shot when you're trying to score over some trees. Great hands. Nick Richards stepping in the lane.
6th turnover for Tennessee State. Tyler Hero leading Kentucky right now with 5 points.
That's how you step into it, young fella. Don't think about it. Catch it in rhythm. Had the defense on his feet. Looked up. Said, even if I miss,
let's say if you're a Kentucky fan, you might be getting a little spoiled with all the talent that Coach Cal bringing in all of their recruits in the top 100 with Kelton Johnson leading the way, number 7 by ESPN. He's the highest in this class.
Well, the thing that sticks out to you about Keldon, he's aggressive, catches the ball, and he knows he can take it downhill quick. We talk so much about the point guard position, and again, talking with Coach Paul Biancardi, with Ashton Hagens and Emmanuel quickly, how Coach Cal's going to use both those guys, and they're different. Hagens is an explosive guy, could be an elite defender.
Yeah.
Where Quickly is certainly more of a molded point guard, pass first, shoot second. So he's got enough talent there to figure out what to do. It's just putting him in the right position to succeed.
Think about where this team was last year at the beginning of the season, and when they went through SEC play, not what they expected at all. 8 losses.
And who emerges? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander at the beginning of the year. Who would have thought he's the guy that's leading your squad? It's just, you don't know. We're talking 18-year-olds, okay?
Yeah.
Think of how much you developed your freshman year in college, mentally, physically, emotionally, everything. So who you see today, these guys, aren't going to be who you see in March. And you know who knows that more than anybody? Coach Calipari. Oh, my goodness.
Emmanuel Buda.
Come on.
Hey, he had a spinning dunk earlier that made the SportsCenter Snapchat. It was pretty impressive.
This is family night. This is family night at Rupp. You saw E.J. Montgomery got screened, no help. Keldon, nobody's looking at the ball. See right there, Keldon Johnson's got to be separated from his guy. He sees ball and man. Both those guys are hugging their guys. Head, their back of their head to the basketball. That's 2 no-nos. You know what happens then? You get dunked on, okay? Family night at Rupp Arena. I would say maybe a little too much turkey for those guys yesterday, but no, we talked to Coach Cal, and he limited them.
Hero off the front of the iron. TSU push it.
Oh, no, you got to stop that.
McKnight. Igbuda there. He puts it in. That's 7 points for Igbuda.
Defensively, you've got to stop the ball. You cannot wait for the ball to get into the paint to try to stop it. Get out there, someone communicates. Stop ball, number 1. Then you protect the rim. Then you run out to shooters.
Kentucky calling timeout here. Well, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central, the SEC Nation traveling pregame show with Laura Marcus, Paul, Tim, and Lauren will be in Tuscaloosa for the Iron Bowl to break down everything from the gridiron to the grill for Week 13 of the college football season. SEC Nation presented by AT&T right here on the SEC Network, also streaming live on the ESPN app. Big rivalry weekend coming up tomorrow and all week.
The grill, huh? Who's cooking on that grill? But
not me.
I wouldn't even know I can't even light a grill, I don't think.
Really?
I wouldn't trust myself. No
I feel like
way.
you could tear it up on a grill.
No, yes, absolutely. I can cook.
Somebody else can light it for you?
Somebody else light it for me. Now, I'll cook what I eat, but I don't want to be messing around with the matches and fire. I don't think that's a good idea.
Tennessee State is on a 5-0 run. They've led in this one by as many as 6 points, by the way.
A lot of it had to do with turnovers, and then you saw that previous possession there. Tyler Hero comes out and catch, turn, shoot from that left wing, maybe a little off balance, front rim. Tennessee State's off to the races, but nobody stops the ball. So now a man gets in the paint. This is the layup, and now, I mean, everybody's scrambling, so offensive rebound opportunity is available for anybody. Kind of neutralizes all the length you have. But I like Coach Cal coming out of that timeout with a high ball screen, allowing Emmanuel quickly to make a decision. Which is another thing, you know, Coach Cal's always trusted his point guards to make those good decisions, and he's working through that, teaching his young guys what he expects of them.
And it's a lot at the point guard position. He values that position.
Absolutely.
A ton. Quick outlet to Ashton Higgins on the breakaway. There's the bucket. Higgins with his first points.
No hesitation. Little half-court pressure right here by Kentucky. I like it.
Oh, E.J. Montgomery thought he got one. That's his first.
Good job, Quad 8. Green off the miss, looking up. No hesitation. The ball always moves faster than the dribble. Young fella. Good job putting his head down, using that athleticism. Soft touch around the rim.
And Quad 8 Green has run the point for them. He can run this offense and push it down the floor.
There's no doubt. Yeah, he played some of that last year. Was able to play some good minutes at it, but I think naturally he's a scorer. He can shoot it. He finds a way to score. So, you know, that's something else that Coach Cal can work around, is how to play those guards together.
Jabari Moore is going to come in for Tennessee State. Buddha will take his seat. He got his first start tonight for Tennessee State, and he has TSU's last 8 points. But he'll take a breather. Hagan's driving. In the corner. Green, an open lane to the basket. Montgomery's going to try to help him out. 2 easy bunnies missed.
That's it. You saw that offense there as Tennessee State was throwing some sort of a, I call it a janky zone, which, you know, at times is effective in trying to keep Kentucky's athletes off balance. But that's that dribble, drive, and kick offense that Cal preaches.
That is a deep 3 by Armani Chaney, rattles out.
Long 3, long rebound.
Fresh shot clock for the Tigers.
And they'd love to do this. Shorten the game.
This is Armani Chaney. Oh, no. Nope.
You love seeing P.J. Washington being able to switch out on the smaller guy, quicker ball handler, stays in front of him just long enough. Good anticipation. And if he didn't get it, I think E.J. was going to get that. As a matter of fact, did he get a bit of little piece of it? Montgomery, did he get a little piece of that?
I thought that was Washington.
Oh, Washington. All right.
Maybe they got a lot of shot blockers out there. Nick Richards can do it too. Buddha back in, breaking down Reed Travis. Won't go. Hagan's all the way. Kentucky's missed a lot of shots right at the rim.
Yeah, they got some point-blank shots. They've, even some of the three-point shots have been good looks, just hadn't been able to make them.
Kentucky shooting 27% from the field.
See, right there, that defense by Quad 8 Green, I love it. If they choose to start their offense back like that, at times, get up in them. Get some ball deflections.
How'd Kamar McKnight get that one to go in?
Now, again, that's just allowing that dribble penetration. And that could be, you know, Cal talks about how sometimes you body up a guy too much. You don't give him any space for yourself defensively to recover. Turn, look, that's where I'd like to see him work. Good job. I mean, if they're gonna let P.J. Washington catch it right there, turn, look at the rim. That's in his, well within his range to be able to shoot that on a consistent basis. Now, right, left, working your jab step series. Get to the free throw line. He could do a lot of damage right from that area. And there's great spacing too by the offense.
P.J. Washington had a double-double. He's actually had double-doubles in his last 2 games. 19 points, 11 rebounds against Winthrop.
You know, as much as Cal talks about this could be one of his better three-point shooting teams, and they could be. Quad 8 Green, we know about Hero, P.J. Washington been able to step out and make his shot consistently. Reed Travis. But if they can keep getting to the free throw line, this will be their 16th free throw today. You can win games by not having to shoot great from the three-point line. And if you can do that, which, you know, again, they can offensive rebound and score points, get to the free throw line, score points, and when they start shooting it more consistently, it just shows you how dangerous this team can be, has a potential. And why they were ranked number 1 earlier.
TSU spreading it out. 5 on the shot clock now for the Tigers. Fitzpatrick Dorsey was trying to dump it off to Buddha, but threw it at his feet. Kentucky on top by barely, less than 4 to the half. They lead 26-22.
See you at halftime.
Yeah, only giving up 1 3 so far in this one. Kentucky leading barely, though, over Tennessee State 26-22. 22. Well, tomorrow we will have another full slate of college football right here on the SEC Network. Number 5, Georgia hosting Georgia Tech at noon. Then Tennessee taking on Vanderbilt at 4 with bowl eligibility on the line for both of those teams. LSU in College Station to battle number 22 Texas A&M at 7:30. That's our SEC Saturday night matchup presented by Holiday Inn Express. All 3 games also streaming live on the ESPN app. It's almost bowling season. These are the teams in the SEC looking to become bowl eligible. As we mentioned, Tennessee and Vanderbilt, whoever wins that game is going to be bowl eligible.
Well, I know that there's some transition period going on right now in Tennessee. And
New
their
head
football
coach.
team, new head coach.
I'm sorry about your Razorbacks today. Missouri.
Speaking of new head coaches.
Yeah.
Did I mention the transition period?
Right. Is that
Everybody's got them. And
they didn't score.
Listen, you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. How about the big party Dari Noka's throwing back into the studio with Fish and
Yeah, are you a little jealous?
Yes. No, I'm here with you.
Nice save.
In Rupp Arena.
Nice
You
save.
kidding me? Now, there's one thing that is, yes, possibly a concern right there. Reed Travis, there's the double. Good kick out. Not a great pass to Keldon Johnson.
Oh, he walked.
Yeah, he did. Now that was a case of, I think, he catch and shoot. Maybe his mind was, or his feet were working a little too fast for his brain at that time. But I like the double team on both sides. And I would just say that shooters got to be ready. When you throw it down there, expect your big man to be double teamed. They've done it before. But your hands and your feet got to be ready to shoot. Everybody loves a shooter.
I think we've seen Tyler
shooting.
Hero's done the best job of that, of being ready to shoot tonight.
And that's been a process with him. You know, that's part of, and that's what I was talking about with Keldon Johnson. He's got that mentality of attack.
Kentucky's missed their last 4 shots. No bucket. Foul on the floor.
And I would like to see a little bit more of the shots. Because Tennessee State, that blue has been in the paint a little bit more than the Kentucky blue. And when you look at their numbers, Tennessee State makes almost 13 3-pointers per game. They only got 1 right now. But you know what they do have? They got points in the paint. 16 points in the paint right now for Tennessee State.
Against Kentucky.
Against Kentucky. I mean, that to me is where Coach Cal has got to focus in on a lot of his defense.
Tennessee State calls themselves Big Blue, too.
Uh-oh.
Maybe they're trying to
Yeah, right.
make a statement.
Well, they had the opportunity. They better take advantage of it now, because at some point I think Kentucky's they're too good. And they're going to wear down Tennessee State.
Beautiful move by Keldon Johnson.
And that Big Blue getting in the lane, doing what they do best. How about the spacing there, though? Give him some chance to make his move and get in the teeth of the defense.
Kentucky's largest lead tonight has been 7.
Good job, Montgomery. Going up straight, no foul.
They kick back to Washington, and they'll whip it around. E.J. Montgomery driving and gets his own rebound and put back.
That's it, man. That's what he can do. He's so skilled at his size. Put it on the floor, but still get the presence of mind and the balance. Misses that first shot. Gather yourself, go straight up, finish that.
Montgomery with 4 points, 1 for 3 from the field. He's got 4 rebounds, too. Padding his stats with that last play.
No question. That's that quick jumping ability. Goes up, strong enough, balanced enough, focused enough, keeps his eyes on the ball. Good hands, good feet. And that came off Kentucky. You know, you saw, I think it was Hagens possibly, with that first penetration initially out to P.J. Washington. He catches it, looks at the rim, attacks quick with a dribble. He doesn't have it. Kicks it to Tyler Hero. What does he do? Looks at the rim. Do I got it? No. Attack. And now then he kicks it to E.J. Montgomery. So you've got 4 guys in that one play all attacking the paint.
Yeah.
And that's and they don't have it. Remain under control. At some point, there's going to be a crack in the defense. It was a good job by those young guys working with each other, being patient but aggressive.
Those points in the paint numbers could be a little shocking.
Come on, Big Blue.
Cheering for which Big Blue?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you got to protect the paint.
Kentucky does have its largest lead here. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Communication right there. I was waiting. Well, the thing is, if he did go up at that, E.J. Montgomery probably would have, I don't know, threw that up the concourse where Santa Claus is taking pictures with everybody. There is a Santa Claus dressed in all blue here tonight, by the way.
Did you take a picture with that?
No, but
okay.
I've asked.
Of course.
Keldon Johnson again making great things happen. He's not out of control. He's strong. He's long. And once he gets it to the paint, it's too late. It's just too late because he can get up over you. As you saw right there, he can take the hit.
He's 4 for 5 from the free throw line tonight.
It's amazing how if you are a good free throw shooter, not even great, you know, I'm talking, and it doesn't take much to be a good free throw shooter. Just get on there and practice, but it puts so much pressure on the defense now because they don't want to foul you. So you can do a lot more. And if they do, okay, put them in the penalty, get some of their better players in foul trouble, and oh, you get the highest percentage shot other than a dunk on the floor.
Fitzpatrick Dorsey almost lost it. To the corner they go. Too much on it from Dave Morris.
Oh, good job there, catch. Picking up Tyler Hero as he comes over half court.
Feeding Montgomery down low. He's fouled by Fitzpatrick Dorsey.
And that's part of understanding each other because you had Tyler Hero now bringing the ball up. E.J. Montgomery does a great job of running down to the block. P.J. Washington understands, okay, I got my big guy down there. He ran, he established himself on the block. He's big, let's get it to him. And knowing where your guys like it, where your teammates want the ball, where they're best at it, getting it and being effective, it's just part of the process, as Coach Cal says.
Montgomery feeling it from the free throw line, 3 for 3.
Maybe a little shoulder wiggle there.
Oh, that was my fault. I called him out for being perfect.
I know, you can't.
Every time.
Sometimes people just can't take those kind of compliments. You got to be careful. Sort of like an Antoine Walker. Remember Antoine used to do a little shimmy? A little shimmy. Well, Kevin Durant does that on the free throw line now.
Ladies love the shimmy. Is that a Major League reference, I believe? I don't know if you've seen the movie Major League.
I thought ladies loved the three-point shot.
Maybe.
Coach Cal.
Not happy about that foul.
No, he's not. You know, that's the cardinal sin, right? It's fouling so far away from the basket.
It's Keldon Johnson's second foul. Ikuda at the line.
I better be careful saying Cardinal here in Lexington.
Yeah, we're in Lexington.
Get the faithfuls riled up.
Big game tomorrow.
Yeah, that is.
Took you a minute.
Rivalries are built upon regional rivalries. And now Tennessee State here back into a 2-3 defense, although they'll take some chances on the 2-3. They want to stay close, that shell right here. Good swing. Got to make some quick decisions there. That's, if you can get that past the short corner of the free throw line.
What a Green taking the baseline with a 3.
What we're talking about is a creative scorer. He can shoot it, and at his size, is able to get inside the defense. Little spin.
First points tonight. TSU can hold for the last shot. 7 seconds.
5.
Running out of time. They put one up by Kamar McKnight, and it goes through.
Didn't really have any other choice, though. That was sort of, I got to put this up, and sometimes when you go, you got to shoot it. Not as much pressure on it.
Kentucky's largest lead in this one has been 11. They lead 35-27 at the half on top of Tennessee State. Rupp Arena. Kentucky on top of Tennessee State 35-27, but it's been close the whole way in this one. Pretty interesting first half. Courtney Lau, Pat Bradley, and really maybe not the first half Kentucky was hoping to have. They only shot 33% from the field, but who stood out for you for the Cats?
Well, when you see Keldon Johnson and his ability to get into the lane right there, under control, feels the defense, creative scoring opportunity, just so key there for him to keep pushing it. His aggressiveness is paid off. He's getting to the free throw line too, as well as E.J. Montgomery. And we know how skilled he is to handle it at his size. And also on the other end, he's a great shot blocker, just length, anticipation. When you look at Kentucky, their ability to get to the free throw line now has saved them.
1 for 10 from behind the arc for Kentucky. Only 1 assist on 9 made baskets for the Cats.
And that's something else. It's how do you help your teammate get a good shot? And that's something that Coach Cal, again, is part of the learning process. When he gets a lot of guys who creates their own shot, now they got to help each other get shots.
We talked about at the start of this one, Nick Richards being in the lineup and how much pressure Coach Cal is putting on him to perform. He hasn't attempted a shot tonight.
And that's part of the growth of Nick Richards feeling comfortable to miss shots. It's like you can't be a scorer if you're so worried that you're going to miss a shot. Everybody misses shots. You know what? It's part of the game, but you got to get past that. So, you know, you see so many players hold themselves back because they don't want to make a mistake. Now, if they can get Nick Richards to a place where he's okay with working in his offense and taking a shot here and missing it, and then learning, then, you know, I mean, it's called the scorer's mentality. You know what I mean? I mean, that's what you got to do. You can't make every shot, but Nick Richards needs to know that his teammates want him to shoot, make or miss. Yeah.
Reed Travis getting the start coming out in the second half here.
Can't do that. Can't take too many steps like that.
It's called a travel.
Yeah. I mean, I understand he saw PJ come at him, and he tried to beat him to the rim. But you got to dribble that far.
Tennessee State did have some success in the paint in that first half. They actually outscored Kentucky in the paint 16-10 in the first half. This is a Kentucky team who averages over 53 points in the paint. Their opponents are only averaging 28. I mean, they are drastically outscoring their opponents in the paint until right now.
Yeah, and you know, you look at it a couple different ways. Kentucky knows this is a Tennessee State team that wants to shoot the three. So defensively, your instinct when you know a team wants to shoot, you get out to the three-point line. And credit Tennessee State, though. Every time they've penetrated, they haven't been afraid of those big trees, and they've been able to finish over them and get some offensive rebound opportunities.
TSU 2 for 5 from behind the arc tonight. Oh, that one got tipped in.
That's Reed Travis, yeah. And its strength, its anticipation. It is that some players have a knack for the offensive glass. Now, that's Nick Richards right there, who didn't score in the first half, right? Reed Travis comes in, starts in the second half. Those are the types of things Nick can do. You don't necessarily have to have the coach call your name for a play to score. Go get it. Get a steal. Get an offensive rebound.
E.J. Washington bringing it down the floor. Reed Travis, and one.
Right on cue. We saw that in the first half. Now the Kentucky team recognizes Reed Travis busts his tail, but he does all his work before he catches the ball. Did you see where he was posting up? Got his guy on those big hips, backed him in. He caught the ball, I think, with both feet inside the blue. Now, game over. That's it. Good night. Just why even foul him? That's two guaranteed. You foul him, you give him the one, and one.
Played his first 3 seasons at Stanford. He was one of 3 Stanford players with 1,400 points, 700 rebounds in less than 100 games.
Putting in some work. Putting in some work.
We'll just call him for a foul. His third.
It's a nice battle between two big fellas right there.
And here comes Nick Richards.
Now there's You saw early on, the first less than 2 minutes, Reed Travis make an impact on the glass and posting up. He brings some offense, we know that.
P.J. Washington called for that foul, his second.
Washington, that's his second and the team's second.
Tennessee State again able to get in the lane. Nick Richards, if he doesn't block it, he's going to affect it. But you see why dribble penetration is the most devastating move in basketball. Not only are you getting yourself a high percentage shot, layup, dunk, but you get fouls on the opposing team. You get to the free throw line. It's just good things happen if you can get into the lane. And on the flip side of that, if you're defensively committed to keeping the other team out of the lane, now the only option they got is to shoot the three, keep moving back, shoot the three, and that's, you know, typically why Kentucky's been so good in years past, is their length keeps people out of the lane. That's the catch and shoot right there.
Oh, thought he was going to have some help from P.J. Washington.
That's what you want Tyler Hero to do. Can't step into it. Now, still a lot of passing the ball just around the perimeter for the Kentucky offense. Not really trying to get the ball into the gaps, into the lanes.
They get Dejon Henderson for his third foul.
That's what he's pushing. He's pushing Montgomery deep under that basket. If he was ever able to receive that ball, that probably would have been two. See right there, a lot of standing, not a lot of spacing. Keldon Johnson doing what he does best, though.
Weaving in there and drawing the foul.
That's
Kentucky,
it.
by the way, has 17 points from the free throw line tonight, shooting 80%.
And then that's why this team offensively can be extremely dangerous. You know the potential they have from shooting the three. You know that they have the ability to get to the rim, score at the rim when you've got P.J. Washington, Reed Travis, guys like Keldon Johnson who attack the rim. And they get to the free throw line. They seem to, you know, tonight at shooting over 80% as a team. I mean, come on now.
Armani Cheney will pull it out for Tennessee State. Daniel Cummings on the shot, the third three from Tennessee State. They're shooting 50% from behind the arc.
Now that's interesting right there, because I would love to see how Coach Cal had talked to his guys about defending that. Come off the screen, and that's a tough pass to make to the wing as you're attacking. But Montgomery and Hero are on that side. And one has to go and either recover to the three-point shooter or help and rotate. Montgomery was just a little too late, but was well executed by Tennessee State.
Ekbuda was just called for his second foul, and that puts Keldon Johnson back at the line. They got to fix the net on the other end. Only missed one free throw today for Keldon Johnson.
Both teams not bad from the free throw line.
Tennessee State 7 for 11 from the charity stripe. Dante Fitzpatrick Dorsey giving it up here to Kamar McKnight. He hit the shot at the buzzer right before the half. Tyler Hero pokes it away, but can't corral it.
Good job getting his hands in the passing lane. I wouldn't think that's a reset of the shot clock. I don't think so. Last thing you want here now is a foul. Some honest defense. Don't try to go for a steal. Take a chance.
4 seconds on the shot clock. They throw up a quick one off the top of the backboard.
It was a good defensive possession for Kentucky. There was a lot of ball movement. High ball screen they had to defend. Dribble handoff in that defensive sequence they had to defend, which means communication. Guys having to switch out. Guard guys on the perimeter.
Dante Fitzpatrick Patrick Dorsey called for his second. They're going to bring in Trip Davis to replace him. And we talked about the production that Davis has had in the last 2 games. Well, he's only got 3 points in this one.
He does have one of their 3 3-pointers, though. So, you know, he's always looking to get his shot off.
Quickly is 2 and crushes the 3.
Beautiful going to that screen. I love as quickly he's ready to shoot that.
Kentucky 2 for 12 from behind the arc.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
They're getting there now. I mean, they only average about 5 made from the 3-point line.
Pass slotted away by Tyler Hero. This time he holds on to it. Oh. Looking for the assist.
Good job getting in the passing lane again. Keldon Johnson ahead of the defense. Is quickly coming off that high box screen with P.J. Washington. Doesn't waste any time. Stepping into it, the top of the key, in rhythm. Take that out of the bottom of the bucket. Kentucky up 15.
Well, Wednesday we'll have a men's college basketball doubleheader for you. And number 5 Tennessee hosts Eastern Kentucky at 6:30 Eastern. Then Coach Cal at number 10 Kentucky taking on Monmouth at Rupp Arena. Both games right here on the SEC Network and on the ESPN app, so you can watch them anywhere. A couple of games already in action tonight. And one note we want to make you aware of, Kent State upsetting Vanderbilt, but Darius Garland for the Commodores injuring his left knee early in the game. He's going to undergo tests tonight, but you hate to see that, especially this so early in the season.
That kid is all world. One of the great things this year about the SEC is the point guard play. And there's a lot of great things about the SEC this year, but when you got Tremont Waters, LSU, Darius Garland at Vanderbilt is one of them. Jared Harper at Auburn. Garland is such a special player because he can get you 30. Okay, then well, he can get you 10 assists too. And he's quick. He's just got great vision. He takes that Vanderbilt team to the next level. He is that good. He's going to get drafted in June.
This is Keldon Johnson at the line. He was fouled by Daniel Cummings.
One thing I do want to point out, let's give Kentucky's defense some praise right here, okay? Since halftime, no points in the paint for Tennessee State, okay? 1 field goal so far. And I understand, you know, we're early in the half still, but clearly Coach Calipari has addressed that and made it known what he expects from their defense. Like, even their positioning right here is that's a 3rd time they got a ball deflection this half.
Yeah, this is P.J. Washington and draws the foul. Yeah, Tyler Hero had 2 of them, and then Washington jumping in the passing lane.
But even how their positioning is their body, I don't know if you can tell. We can see their chest now. Like, we can see the numbers on their chest. We're sitting at half court. In the first half, all we saw was their shoulders, which means that they're not all turned to the ball. Like, on that defensive possession, you can see that every guy's aware. They see where the ball is. They know where their man is. They're in help position. They're active. Their hands are active. So I think I can see a difference from the first half of how that they're addressing defensively. A lot of it is positioning. You know, we go back, saw our Coach Cal right there. He didn't look as heated as he did at times in the first half. But defense will cool you down as a coach, and trusting that you guys are going to play a full 30-second shot clock defensively. But it is night and day, and I'm curious to see now, when they had some success, if they're going to continue to do it. Because, you know, we all have the tendency, once we have a little bit of success, to forget how we got there. Good help. Great finish.
Even with E.J. Montgomery right there on him. And, you know, Coach Cal has talked about how...
Did I just brag on them and then they just got a layup?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
That's your fault. Announcer cheeks.
I was happy. I want to give him some praise. See, people can't handle praise.
Well, Coach Cal has talked about, you know, for that first game against Duke, maybe he skipped a couple of steps.
Yeah, right.
And he had to go back. And defense was one of those areas you got to break down.
It is. Simplest form.
Quick shot. Tyler Hero.
Jay Billis somewhere is watching that saying, I told you The best, highest percentage three-point shots are off offensive rebounds.
Hero has 8 points, 2 for 5 from behind the arc. Rebound going UK's way. Defensive travel on quickly.
Checking in for Kentucky are Ashton Higgins and Reed Travis.
Good attack. Sometimes you get caught in, he's telling them, you got to know when you attack. Coach Cal said, you need to take that to the hole, but if you can't leave your feet, you can't, I mean, you got to know where you're doing, and that's, you know, having a little bit of vision, trying to see the next defender. Hagen's right there, good job denying. He's got the potential to be an elite defender.
Under 10 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Dave Morris driving in, gets the foul called on Kelton Johnson, his third.
Good aggressiveness there. He allowed Morris to get that head. He got that head and shoulders just by him. That's all it took for even a smaller player. Get your head and shoulders by the defender. You know, Hagens was there swiping at it. Travis, P.J. Washington. But he had just that step on him. That's all it took.
Kentucky will send in E.J. Montgomery and Quade Green as Johnson and Washington get a break.
You know, what I love watching is how Coach Cal is taking his defensive-minded guys, meshing them with his offensive-minded guys, taking his point guards, Hagens quickly and Quade Green at times, and how he uses them to try to find different, you know, I don't want to say chemistry so much, but maybe combinations of guys that can play well with each other and feed off of each other.
And coming into this game, we had seen 10 different combinations on the floor for Kentucky.
Good slip.
Ooh, E.J. Montgomery loses it. Michael Littlejohn feeding inside Dante Fitzpatrick Dorsey. And Kentucky calls timeout there. Gets to lead this one there on top of Tennessee State, 52-38. Kentucky's largest lead has been 18. They lead currently 52-38 over Tennessee State. Coach John Calipari in his 10th season. He has an 81% winning percentage in his first 9 seasons at Kentucky. 4 Final Fours and, of course, that national title back in 2012. 9 consensus All-Americans. The talent has definitely trickled through Lexington. And 35 NBA draftees, 31 players on NBA opening day rosters this year.
Well, he knows how to get these players, families to trust what he's doing. And he hadn't disappointed them, that's for sure. I mean, you know, you say, Coach Cal, here's my goals, here's my dreams as a basketball player, as a person. He says, okay, I got a plan for you. I've been in this position before. I can help you realize all of your goals and your dreams if you just trust me. Just listen to me. That's all. That's all I ask. Do what I tell you to do.
TSU taking it away.
That was so close. Bounce pass, or should have chest passed him, and he can't throw it through his leg.
Kelton Johnson has an answer for that.
Didn't waste any time, though. See how quick he got up and down the floor, soft touch off the backboard.
I feel like it's talked a lot about how Coach Cal, you know, he brings in the freshmen every year. It's a new group, and he's able to work them into this great team that makes a run. But what about the guys that he puts the pressure on? Like, they've got to be able to respond to. It's about recruiting that type of player, not just a great basketball player. He's got to be mentally tough too.
There's no question, because Cal puts pressure on you. You know who else does? The previous teams. If you put on this Kentucky shirt, you're living up to a lot of success, and you better be ready for that. Good job.
Johnson was 16.
I've noticed he has done a good job tonight against the zone and man at times of being able to catch it in that free throw line area. Comfortable, good awareness. That time, that was just out of position. I mean, you could just see on the pass, he was leaning the wrong way.
10 points for Fitzpatrick Dorsey, last 2 in the paint.
That's a zone. Catch and shoot Quade.
And there's a travel on Quade Green. Keldon Johnson leading Kentucky with 16.
Keldon Johnson finding an open spot against the defense, that zone. He knows what to do. Catch it, get strong, gather yourself, good balance, finishing up high. Kentucky up 14.
Kentucky on top of TSU 56-42. Keldon Johnson leading all players with 16 points.
It's his aggressiveness we see right there. Good spacing by the Kentucky offense, but he sees good presence of mind, feels the defender, spins off of him there in transition. Nice soft touch, being able to stop, get the ball off the backboard. A lot of players, when they have that movement towards the basket, they're going to commit an offensive foul. He stops, good strong base, goes up. And he's getting to the free throw line.
I love those numbers. I love what he's doing on the floor, but 10 of his 16 points from the free throw line.
Well, if he can get there, again, we talked about how the free throw line gets the other team in foul trouble. It does so much for your team because that's a high percentage shot. And he's going to get a lot of free throws because of his ability to be aggressive and get to the paint. Just causes so many issues for the defense. Good job by Reed Travis stepping up. That's it. Good job cutting off that turn.
It's a foul on Dave Morris, his first.
I didn't know Morris was that strong now. Come on. I mean, he looks, now he's well built, but
maybe a little help.
I mean, he just pushed Reed Travis back like 3-4 feet. Great job, Reed Travis. Way to give it up for the team. He's like, I'm going to make sure the referee's going to call this.
Yep.
How about that?
Johnson, wow, just right through that double team. And then some help by Reed Travis.
That's it. You know, to all the players out there who do say, Coach he didn't call my 9 number for plays. Man, I got to get some shots. How about this? Go get an offensive rebound, stick back, go get a steal, lead the break. You don't need your coach to call plays for you.
And Reed Travis affecting the shot on the other end.
That's right. And maybe they'll reward him here. Almost. Two guys trying to catch it for a 3.
A little heat on that pass.
Man, a little sizzle on that. There's smoke, man. Somebody get the fire extinguisher. Now, even if he did catch that, it would have been one of those where he caught it, and I think it would have shot him about 3 feet back into the into the first row. I like it though. Good swing pass. Looking for your shooter who was in the corner, ready to receive it. The idea was there, just not the execution. There you go.
Patrick Dorsey bringing it out, and he'll give it up to Michael Littlejohn. Open lane, kicks. Morris for 3. No go.
Off to the races now. There you go. Good. Look for your shooters. Good cut. Keldon Johnson again finding that lane. Is so good at identifying where the middle is of the floor, the opening to make himself open for the pass.
Well, Penny Collins, the head coach of Tennessee State, told us this Kentucky team is elite in transition. Gotten some big buckets from it.
Guys who can finish, run.
Wide open 3 for Fitzpatrick Dorsey, rattles out.
Man,
Put back, Stokely Chafee Jr.
I think he just ripped that away from a couple of Kentucky players. Zone here by Tennessee State.
Inside to Montgomery, they kick back out to Tyler Hero. Look at the effort though on the offensive boards.
On the floor, maybe, that foul. Looked like it may have been. Oh, double foul.
Yeah, they called 2. They call one on Reed Travis and then Kamar McKnight.
Getting into it a little bit under the paint. That happens. Oh,
They're
hooking
on the
each
other
other.
side.
Okay. Yeah. Guys getting tangled up.
I want to take a look at this one at the monitor.
Now, the problem Big Blue Nation is having with this right now is who grab who's on. And that is something that, with the rules, now one thing is they're trying to eliminate as much as they can is that hook, that arm hook.
Hook and hold, you cannot do that.
That's a big no-no, especially this year. The officials are doing the right thing by looking at the monitor, making sure that this is the right call, because it's these games in November that are going to help these players to know what they can and can't get away with during the January, February months leading into March. Good shot of Don Daly there. Doing what he does best.
We'll get this sorted out for you here in just a moment. Tomorrow we're going to have another full slate of college football right here on the SEC Network. Number 5, Georgia, hosting Georgia Tech at noon. You get 11 a.m. Central, of course, and Tennessee takes on Vandy at 4. Then number 7, LSU is in College Station to battle number 22, Texas A&M at 7:30. That's our SEC Saturday night matchup presented by Holiday Inn Express. All 3 games also streaming live on the ESPN app.
Awesome.
All right, Pat, so what'd you learn?
All right, lot to digest. Okay, so it was called a double foul.
Yes.
But they go and reviewed it. Said it was a hook and hold initiated by McKnight of Tennessee State. So what they're going to do is take away Reed Travis's foul.
Okay.
So now it's not the double foul, which gives the official now that freedom to look at what actually happened, because the double foul, a lot of times, you get both players have to pay for, somebody else initiating that hook and hold. So now that's what the rule change was. Call the double foul. Go to see who initiated the hook and hold. It's a flagrant 1. But Reed Travis now goes, as he just did, went to the free throw line 0 for 2. But that was the rule change. That it gives the officials now the ability to go back, look at it, make the correct adjustments so that both players aren't hammered for it. Because a lot is fast, so you don't know. I mean,
a lot of times you see the second person,
exactly.
too.
You just see them tangle. Now they can go and review it and get the right call. Good job by the officials.
Reed Travis just with 3 fouls. That would have been his 4th.
And that's a great thing about the rules. You don't penalize a guy who may be involved in a wrestling match underneath the basket, but not initiated by him.
Wrestling?
Yeah, that's right.
Armani Chaney will try the near side.
Now that right there by Kelton Johnson. Do you see how he ran him off the 3-point line? That's what Coach Cal wants. Good job defensively by the Cats.
Chaney didn't hit anything. Tennessee State 3 for 9 from behind the arc, shooting 33%. Quickly, in traffic. McKnight's got the board.
And that's part of Emmanuel Quickly and what he, as he plays with these guys, Tyler Hero understands where he needs the ball, and against that zone, one guy cannot dribble it the entire time. You got to move the zone. He got a high ball screen, was able to get in the teeth of the defense, but you got Tyler Hero that's moving on the wing, and you're trying to set up your shooter. Because when all your guys are making shots, it just makes it easier for you. To defend one guy is a whole lot easier for 5 defenders than when you know all 5 guys are options.
Reed Travis just took a seat with his 4th foul.
Also checking in is Nick Richards.
Travis 4 for 4 has not missed a shot today. 12 points, 8 boards.
Hey, those have been all muscle moves, too.
Yeah.
He's had about 3-4 guys on each arm when he's going up.
That's what summer workouts are getting you prepared
That's
for.
right. That's right. That's right. I missed a couple workouts, or I look like that.
Yeah.
Again, Keldon Johnson. Look where he catches it, though. He's always ready to get it in the middle of the lane. Knows exactly what to do with it.
McKnight taking the open three, won't hit. Johnson just goes. I mean, he is just driving into the basket.
And he covers so much space quickly. He's not out of control, smooth, under control, can stop. Nice little soft touch if he has to, or take it all the way to the basket like he just did. Oh,
That's good by Trophy.
good job by Quade.
Throws it up, trying to get Nick Richards a shot. Guess who's there? Keldon Johnson. Nick Richards still hasn't attempted a shot. He does have a rebound.
Keldon Johnson staying aggressive as we've seen him from the beginning of the season. Finds a seam in the defense. Ooh, uses the left hand, puts Kentucky up 14.
Up next, the SEC Now team is set to return at 9 Eastern, 8 Central to recap all of today's Hoops games and talk more about the latest football news around the conference. Nobody covers the SEC like we do. You can also see it streaming live on the ESPN app. Kentucky on top of Tennessee State 66-48. The Wildcats looking for their 5th win in a row. They can hang on here. It was a little rocky at first. Tennessee State led by 6 early on in the first half.
They did, and a lot of that was, first of all, Tennessee State was able to get to the lane. Points in the paint, absolute killer. But I think Kentucky's offense, too, was just not on the same page. They weren't clicking. And by that, you could see guys maybe not in the right position, coming off the screen, not knowing where his teammate is. It's trust. When you drive at somebody, are they going to backdoor cut? So there's a relationship offensively, knowing your teammates and where they like it, that it's going to take a little time.
And Keldon Johnson has turned it on here in the second half, too. He has 15 of his 22 points here in the second half.
And all of that is his ability. And Tennessee State's gone to that zone. Yep. And we know there's a big, huge gap right in the middle of every zone. And he's found it. Short corners also another opportunity against the zone. In transition, Keldon Johnson he's just got a knack for finding that open part on the floor.
Patrick Evans is over at the monitor. We think they're looking to make sure that Johnson is supposed to be at the line. Yes. Johnson is 10 for 12 from the free throw line for that one.
Another part of Kentucky's game, too. Their ability to get on the offensive glass. They're going to get to the free throw line a lot. They get guys who can attack the rim.
Johnson's tied his career high, by the way, with 23 points. He had 23 against Duke.
Help and recover. Good job by Nick Richards. That's just a tough catch and shoot.
First time Fitzpatrick Dorsey has seen one of those go through tonight. He's 1 for 3. Tennessee State's only hit 4 threes. That's a sigh of relief compared to the past couple of performances they've seen. Winthrop hit 13 threes. Nehemiah hit 19 against Kentucky.
Well, right there, Kentucky, again, I think it was Manuel quickly. Ooh, that's another dribble, drive.
Buddha.
He's had a couple of plays where he's been above the rim.
12 points for Buddha.
Keldon Johnson getting in the lane again. Stop the ball.
Janey inside to Egbuda, and they get Nick Richards on the foul. We got to go back to that dunk, though.
And we see again, great move, getting in the teeth of the defense. No help. Good eyes. Great finish. But it's those lapses momentarily for Kentucky's defense to be able to string together 2, 3, 4. We saw early in the first half, I thought they did put together a few defensive possessions back to back in a row. And what happened? I mean, they extended their lead, and they rattled Tennessee State. But when you do have times where you give up easy buckets like that, and you're giving a lot of confidence back to the opponent. I realize right now Kentucky's up 16, and a lot of what they do, their ability to just, better talented team than Tennessee State, but you can't look at the opponent in their jersey, what they're wearing, at this stage of the game, because you've got to improve no matter who you play.
Have you seen them take a step forward in any area tonight?
You see glimpses of it. You really do. You saw, offensively in this second half, their ability to break down that zone, because that's all guys recognizing not only where you're supposed to be, but where is my teammate going to be. You saw, when P.J. Washington got in the post, he knew Tyler Herro was going to be in the corner to kick it to him. And defensively, they put together a couple of good possessions. Keldon Johnson ran his man off the three-point line.
Yep.
So those little things, each game they'll get better, and I wouldn't be surprised if you see them each game get better from the first half to the second half, because it's all about time spent coaching and teaching for Coach Cal. He does not pass up a moment to do that.
They're going to have some practice time too. This has been a crazy stretch for them. Second game in 3 days, third game in the last 6 days, but they don't play again until Wednesday.
Well, think about that. Yesterday, they go to Salvation Army, come back, practice, go eat Thanksgiving dinner, and then go back to the gym last night for a walkthrough.
To work off the turkey.
That's right. Yes. I'm still trying to work my turkey. It's going to take a couple weeks, bro.
It's Patrick Dorsey on the take and the bucket for TSU.
And that, at times, again, you look at that high ball screen, the communication, because if you do turn the corner, you saw Reed Travis when he defended that, he didn't allow the point guard to turn that corner. You saw Nick Richards at time not allow him to turn that corner. If that guard turns that corner, that spells trouble. Getting in the lane now because he can finish or draw those defenders to kick for the three.
Well, Kentucky has Monmouth next. Some notable games coming up. They'll play against Seton Hall on December 8th. They've got Utah. You can see that one on ESPN2. And North Carolina on December 22nd. How about that game right before Christmas?
Well, that is going to be a matchup of really Kentucky getting these guys back on the same page. The talent's there. I mean, it's all world talent on both sides. This trap here, we saw Coach Cal go through it. Then early on in the shoot-around.
Results in a turnover, but Tennessee State can't finish it. They turn it back over.
Well, one of the things was, and Keldon Johnson had it there, that pass at half court can be dangerous because it has to be on the money. Quickly is moving. There's a safety out there stepping in. If all he had to do was relieve the pressure, back dribble, right there. Reed Travis is open. Good cross-court pass.
Still too late again. Aguna read that all day. Fitzpatrick Dorsey crushes his second three.
Coach Cal's going to let him play through this. I like that.
There it is.
Right there, Reed Travis catches on one side. All he had to do was pivot over to the other side of the court. Had Keldon Johnson on a 2-on-1 situation with Montgomery.
Third time's a charm on the press break.
That's right. Well, you can't be afraid to attack it when you have to. And one of the things that Coach Cal went over in the press break this morning at the shoot-around was sometimes you have to back up dribble and go around that double team to relieve some pressure. Because Tennessee State had about 4 guys on the front court.
Yeah.
Whereas Kentucky you know, had basically 3 guys playing against 4 guys trying to get it over half court. And then you see what happens. You recognize that. Tyler Hero makes that long cross-court pass to Reed Travis. Those are the slowest passes out there.
Points for Reed Travis. Perfect 4 for 4 from the field, 5 of 9 from the free throw line. McKnight looking for a lane, finds his open man. Almost gave it away. 6 seconds on the shot clock for the Tigers. Pull up from Cheney.
Great defensive possession by Kentucky. Now they're on the move. Maybe they'd be able to find a trail 3.
Keldon Johnson going to the basket.
That's it. That's what he does. Great swing by Tyler Hero, recognizing the defense slow to move and react. That's the right pass. Passed up a good shot for Brayton.
Improving his career high. He's at 25 now. And 7 rebounds. Reed Travis battling it. Keldon Johnson one-on-one. Going to the line. Keldon Johnson's got 25.
And that's all attacking the basket. Great skip pass by Hero to his guy. No, he's waiting in the corner. Reed Travis does his job, just blocking out the defense. Keldon Johnson puts Kentucky up 14.
Good hands play, and it's all about sharing the basketball.
Well, that's what great teammates do. Sharing is caring. My man Hagen's using his athleticism to get up. Look at that. Great balance, great focus. Eyes it all the way to the rim. And I like that right there. See how he just got up, sprinted there, and saw where the ball was. In position for anything.
Kentucky on top of Tennessee State, 73-59, 3:06 to play in this one. Cats going for their 5th straight win. Looking to improve to 5-1. Their only loss coming in that opener against Duke. Not an easy way to start your season at all.
No, although you learn where your team's at pretty quickly, and probably more importantly, where your team needs to be in March, because Kentucky plays for national championship.
Yeah.
And so you want to know as soon as possible, where do you stack up? What are my weaknesses? What do we have to work on? It's not going to be an overnight. You know, for Coach Cal to look at that Duke game and try to fix everything, it's going to take. You know, that's why the season is 4 months long now. It seems like it's 12 months long, but yeah, that's part of it. You know, and
the non-conference is such an important part of the season. It's going to pay off in March.
As much as we love, you know, we drool over matchups like that early on. Kentucky, Duke, Kentucky, Kansas. And it's good for these guys to see what it is that they're going to be seeing if they want to make that deep run into March. And I'm sure Coach Cal looks at it and goes, man, we've got some question marks that I'm aware of, that people watching aren't aware of. People who rank these players, you know, aren't aware of, and Coach Cal gets that. That's why, you know, he coaches emphatically, but he understands where his guys are.
On the other side, this is a game that's going to help Tennessee State. We were talking to head coach Penny Collins about that when he played at Belmont, and he faced a Cal team. First shot attempt.
Well, the rim is still shaking, yes. So you know it was a good shot attempt. But you're right, going back to Coach Collins, what he said, and it helps his team so much.
Yeah, he faced a Cal team
early on. That's good recognition. And that's another way with the zone. Throw it up high, and all you got to do with Nick Richards, just throw it somewhere in the area code. He's going to catch it, do a chin up on the rim. But when you do break down that zone, man, you can pull up for that shot like Keldon Johnson did, or that help is going to leave open that weak side alley-oop.
Keldon Johnson picking up his 4th foul. Turnover Tennessee State.
You know, and this you know, the score may not tell the whole story of this game if depending on the next couple of minutes play out. But I like the fact that Kentucky has to play all 40 minutes of this game. I mean, you can see it here with two minutes left, 2 and change. They're still playing at a high level, intense defense.
Making the Tigers on travel.
But you're right, this is the kind of game that Tennessee State is going to take with them, even with the loss, and be able to use this.
They just called a foul on Nick Richards on the other end.
A little chirping going on. Chirping between he and I think Fitzpatrick Dorsey going
Get him
back
on a
to,
technical.
oh, they teed him up. He's a soft-spoken guy. He's a nice kid. Can't imagine him saying anything that to get him a technical foul. Oh, but although he said no, I'm sure it's well warranted.
Kamar McKnight at the line shooting.
Coach Council.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, what did you say again? He said, well, Nick wouldn't lie. He's a good kid, man. I know him. He told me he didn't say anything wrong.
Did you ever say anything in a game?
I did, although I didn't want to bring any undue attention to me. You know, I was like, I'll just, fellas, I'll just sit here in the corner. You don't even have to guard me, man. I won't bother anybody. Just.
Big Bang would guard you.
And then, well, I'll fly under the radar.
Yeah.
Because I was too easy to shut down if they really tried hard enough.
Under 2 minutes to go in this one. Keldon Johnson, there he goes again. He leads Kentucky with 26 points. Doesn't get that one to go. Audie Green almost had a takeaway.
It was a great test for Kentucky because Tennessee State credit them for how aggressive they've been throughout this game.
Still going at it, too. Dave Morris on the drive. Johnson with 1 man to beat.
Looks like it may be intentional. Yeah. Well, that's one thing. I mean, I think you see the replay. Defender grabbed Keldon Johnson by the waist.
Dante Fitzpatrick Dorsey is 3rd. Keldon Johnson has hit 12 free throws. That's the most by a Kentucky player this season.
He's going to have to stop paying rent up there on that rubber arena free throw line. He spent so much time in.
But it's free.
That's a good point. You know what?
I have walked in. You walked into that one.
Yeah, I'd actually never thought about that before. You are correct. It is free space. Although, see, I have a problem with that. It's really not a free throw because you got to earn your way to free throw.
Yeah, you don't
it's
just get there.
Throw.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, you want to rename it? We can appeal that. Petition for that.
I mean, you know, it's tough to get that free throw. If it was easy, everybody would do it.
Minute 17 to go. Audie Green on the inbounds for UK. Ashton Hagens lost it off his foot.
That was a small, skinny space he tried to get in between there.
I think it's going to stay or go to Kentucky. Yeah, so this time Keldon Johnson will inbound.
Good under the basket, out of bounds work tonight.
Quade Green throws it away. State pushing the pull-up from Trip Davis. It goes through.
I actually thought Quade Green was going to pull up from that top of the key area. A shot we've seen him make many times.
What'd you like most from Kentucky tonight?
Well, I liked it staying aggressive, getting to the free throw line. Obviously, they didn't shoot the ball as well as we know that potentially they can. Defensively, when they had to, they were able to clean it up in the second half, not allow open threes. You know, we saw one in transition right there. They got on the offensive glass. Keldon Johnson does what he does, stays aggressive. E.J. Montgomery, the same. Reed Travis just battled on the offensive glass. You know, I love him because he doesn't have to have a play call for him to put in work.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's just a blessing to have when you know, when you're trying, especially a young team, you know, trying to find their way. Potentially a guy takes a bad shot. You know, you got Reed Travis, Montgomery there that can, Nick Richards can make up for that.
Well, Kentucky is going to hang on here. Their 5th straight victory this season. Their 48th win against an unranked non-conference opponent at home. And their 8th straight win at home. The Cats improvement of 5-1 on the season. They take down Tennessee State 77-62 behind 27 points from Keldon Johnson.